Welcome to RDB 21. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Live from State House Studio. Thank y'all. Got Rizzo on the production. Please like, subscribe, share the show. We coming with a special edition today. I just want to give a special acknowledgement to the women. Sorry I took so long. We waited to the last day of the month to acknowledge them, but I wanted to make sure I acknowledge women on their Women's History Month this month. So we're gonna talk about just basically gonna highlight some women athletes that I think that have some personal feelings that some women that I have personally have some feelings for, and just some ladies I just like to acknowledge and give them their let everybody just embrace them and talk about their accomplishments. Um, Basically, as you see, I'm wearing the Hartford Tigerettes. This signed KK Arnold edition. I got this from off of Black Fives. This is KK Arnold's special edition sweatshirt that they sponsor for her. I believe that's one of her sponsors. If you don't know KK Arnold, that's basically who I'm gonna start this off with, highlighting her. She's a UConn Husky women's basketball player. She actually went to Wisconsin for high school, but the reason why I'm talking about KK Arnold and why I want y'all to know about KK Arnold, because she's a Columbus girl at heart. So I don't think too many people know that. I'm good friends with a lot of her with some of her family, so I got kind of a personal connection to her. She don't even know me, but I'm like one of her biggest fans. So I'm gonna let everybody. I want y'all to get to know KK Arnold, man, because she's an exceptional basketball player. Like I said, Black Fives is a part of her. I believe her NIL deal. She has a sponsorship with Black Fives. If you've been watching any of the past shows, you will see I always wear a Black Fives hat. Black Fives is it's a book actually that I had found on Apple. It's one of the first books I ever bought on Apple Books. It was a free book that I found, and I read through it, and it just had some interesting things talking about. Basically, just it talked about how black basketball players got started, who started it up, where it all came from, some of the founders, and some of the black. It basically came from physical education programs, but I got a lot of knowledge about that just from reading that book, and I started seeing that they had a clothing line, they had hats, and this was years ago. So I've been wearing Black Fives for my Black Fives hat that I wear. I've had that for years, but I just wanted to highlight them and highlight KK Arnold, man. She go check out go get her merchandise, go get Black Fives merchandise, support them. They have some contracts, I believe, with Puma and some other apparel affiliates, but they're pretty well known. If you look them up, Black Fives, I'm giving them an endorsement. I wear them every week, so I'm giving them a free endorsement. Maybe one day they can call and give me a call. I'm out here. I'm here. I'm waiting for y'all. But I just want to talk about KK Arnold. Basically, like I said, she plays for the University of UConn. She's been basically she went to Germantown High School in Wisconsin. She led her team to its first Division I state championship in 2021. She had 2,458 career points, 765 rebounds, 695 assists, 415 steals, and had 8 triple-doubles in her high school career. She was Wisconsin's State Player of the Year, 2-time Wisconsin Gatorade Player of the Year. She was the 2021 Max Preps Wisconsin Girls Basketball Player of the Year, 2021 Max Preps Second Team All-American. She was a McDonald's All-American, a Jordan Brand Classic All-American. She was highly recognized in high school. That's how I got to know her. And like I said, I knew her family, so I was always following her. But right now, if you her freshman year, this is her sophomore season at UConn. Um, she's in her freshman year, she appeared in 39 games. She started 33 of them. She averaged 8.9 points. She's mostly known for her defense, and that's one thing. That's what I love about her, and that's the reason why I always feel like she should always be on the court. Because when she's out there, man, she's always causing problems. If you ever get a chance to watch KK, man, anybody that plays defense, any of you young ladies out there that's playing basketball, and you want to know how do I properly play defense effectively and aggressively to be able to create steals and just defense, you trying to cause conflict. You trying to create havoc. You trying to put the offense in a bad position. And man, KK, man, she is great at that, man. Her defensive, she's great on the defensive side of the ball. I think that's her best attribute. Um, and I know UConn, they know that too, because that's how they use her as a defensive player. But she's a consistent scorer also. Her freshman year, she was all big. She was freshman team, all Big East. She was a 6-time Big East Freshman of the Week. Her highlight game was in the Final Four. Actually, she had 14 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals against Iowa. Yeah, Iowa. That was against you know who, you know who. So she put on that was her best game. I think that if anybody who was watching girls basketball, I think they know who KK Arnold is because of that game right there. I think really let a lot of people know what she was all about. I was over there. I was over there with Tone. We was over there going crazy, KK. So, like I said, she has a lot of support here in Columbus. She has family here in Columbus, and like I said, anybody from Columbus in this area, if y'all don't know about KK Arnold, man, check her out, man. She's been doing some phenomenal things for UConn. She's really like one of the key pieces to their team. You see the run that they're on right now is partly in part because of her. They picked their defensive intensity up. They just playing better all around basketball. This year, as her sophomore year, she's only averaging 4.4 points. So she's not really known for scoring, but she's, like I said, I think that's something that as the years go on, next year, when some of the players leave, like Paige Beckers, when she leaves, KK is gonna be her and Ozzie Fudd, and I'm gonna talk about Ozzie Fudd here in a little bit too, but her and Ozzie Fudd is probably gonna be in the backcourt together next year. So I think people don't realize that UConn is gonna have a real solid backcourt, in my opinion, next year. Offensively, Ozzie Fudd is coming back from her knee injury, so she's gonna be have a little bit more, another year under her belt to be a little more healthy and get a little more strength under her knee. So I think with her and KK in the backcourt, they're going to be UConn is going to be another contender like they always are, just like they are right now. As we speak right now, I think they're playing Oklahoma in the tournament. So I don't know what's going on. I can't really tell you right now what's happening, but that's who they're playing right now. So we'll see what happens if they're going to advance or if they're going to go home. But I think that they're the favorites to win that game. But like I said, man, KK, man, she's somebody that she's not really talked about too much, but her team is talked about. She has a lot of great players on her team. Sarah Strong, she's a freshman this year. Sarah Strong is probably the best freshman in the nation. Sarah Strong is another one. You young ladies, like if you don't know Sarah Strong, go check her out. Sarah Strong is strong. She's one of the best freshmen out there. So like I said, next year UConn is gonna have a pretty good, solid. They're gonna have a solid core because they're bringing back a lot of young players. So they have some young freshmen that, well, like I said, KK, it was their sophomores this year, and their sophomore class is pretty deep. So there's some other sophomore guards that play along with her. So along with KK coming back next year and Sarah Strong gonna have another year under her belt, and I'm not really sure who UConn got coming in so far. I'm not sure who they got committed, but I know they're gonna have a strong recruiting class. So just look out for KK, man, and make us, like I said, pay attention to her, what's been going on with her. And like I said, she's one of the players that I've really been wanting to highlight because I've been wanting to talk about her for a long time, and just let everybody know that she's one of the best girls basketball players out there. She's not really talked about because she don't score a lot of points or anything like that, but she's an efficient player, and she's gonna be in the WNBA. So be on the lookout, and always remember, like I said, this is one of ours. KK is one of ours, man. She one of ours. That's KK belonged to us. She a Columbus girl. So just be on the lookout for KK, and wish her all the best for the rest of the season, and hope they can get to the Final Four and, see how they do, see if they can get another championship for UConn. I'm transition. The next young lady we gonna speak about is Juju Watkins. I know everybody probably seen what happened to Juju. If you don't know Juju Watkins is a sophomore, just like KK. Like I said, that sophomore, the women's college basketball sophomore class, man, it is loaded. When I talk about loaded, their sophomore class is very good. Juju Watkins, KK Arnold. I don't know if you know Hannah Hidalgo for Notre Dame. They're all sophomores, so that class, man, that's the draft that the WNBA is waiting for. So in 2 years, be ready for that Juju Watkins, Hannah Hidalgo draft. They're gonna be talking. That's gonna be probably the most hyped up draft for women's basketball in history. It's gonna be bigger than when Caitlin Clark came out. But like I said, Juju Watkins, she played for the University of Southern Cal, USC. She was probably going to be. She is the Naismith Player of the Year in women's college basketball in the NCAA. She just tore her ACL in her last game, I believe against Ole Miss. They went on to win the game still, so USC is still in it. But basically, what I really wanted to talk about with Juju was just the impact of her injury and how women's basketball, they have a lot of issues. I don't think we haven't. Well, I guess we have seen it because it's been happening here a lot lately, but they don't really talk about it like they used to. I know back in the 2010s and the 2000s when that was like a real big thing. They was talking about how women basketball players were suffering career-ending knee injuries, and how that really was affecting the game, and it was taken away from a lot of the good players. So basically, that's what happened to Juju. This is her. I'm not sure if Juju. I want to say Juju may have injured her knee when she was in college. When she was in high school. I'm not sure, but I didn't look that one up. But like I said, this is something that women basketball players have been. It's been affecting a lot of their top players. Paige Beckers, she went out a couple years ago. She tore her ACL. I just spoke about Hannah Hidalgo for Notre Dame. Her running mate, Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles is a senior this year. Hannah Hidalgo and Olivia Miles, if you don't know about them two young ladies, please go watch them. They are two of the most exciting women basketball players out there. Olivia Miles is, I almost say she's kind of like Magic Johnson. So check her out, man. Check out Olivia Miles. Go look up Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo. They got some crazy highlights. Them girls, they be out there. They be playing games with them girls out there, man. They got some handles. But Olivia Miles, she suffered a knee injury that left her. She was out for 2 years also. So basically, what I wanted to just basically like talk about with some of the factors that they said that contribute to women having ACL injuries. Basically, ACL injuries have been like they said. These are some of the impacts and what it comes from. It says ACL injuries often necessitate changes in an athlete's playing style to reduce the risk of re-injury. Players may adopt a more cautious movement, limit certain high-risk maneuvers, or focus on strengthening specific muscle groups to support the knee joint. These adjustments can affect performance and in some cases lead to a decline in athletic explosiveness or agility. The frequency of ACL injuries in women's basketball has also prompted changes in training regimens, with increased emphasis on injury prevention programs. These programs often include exercises aimed at improving neuromuscular control enhancing core stability, and teaching proper landing and cutting techniques. Despite these efforts, the high incidence of ACL injuries remains a concern. They're saying like there's several factors that causes women to actually have ACL injuries. Said as anatomical differences. This is variations in their pelvic width, their knee alignment, and ligament laxity may contribute to increased vulnerability. They got some hormonal influences. Said fluctuation in hormone levels during their menstrual cycle can affect ligament properties, potentially increasing injury risk. Biomechanical factors, differences in their muscles, neuromuscular control, and movement patterns such as landing mechanics can place additional stress on the ACL. So basically, women have a lot of disadvantages when it comes to playing basketball because just the way their body types are, so it leads them to be real susceptible to ACL injuries. Like I said, there was a study that showed that female basketball players, they're at higher risk of ACL injuries compared to their male counterparts. The research published in 1999 indicated that female college basketball players were 3 times more likely to suffer an ACL tear than male players. So those are some of the reasons that they give for women and basically stating why they have ACL injuries and things like that. But like I said, with Juju, her getting hurt, I haven't really heard them talking too much about this like they usually would. So that's kind of surprising to me, man, because like I said, this is something that's really been a big problem for women basketball. So I'm kind of surprised that they didn't really talk about that too much. But Juju, man, it's gonna take some time for her to come back, but she will be able to come back. So I don't think it's something that is going to be like a career-ending injury for her because, like I said, right now, the way surgery is and stuff like that, you can come back from an ACL tear. It's going to take her a little time. She won't be the same Juju like she was. And sometimes it's mentally, you know, you never know how a person is going to react to an injury like that. When she got hurt, it seemed like she was pretty devastated from it. I know it was painful, but it seemed like it was something that really, you know, I'm sure it took her, it had her mind going some other places. So, you know, we've seen players get hurt and, you know, mentally they talk about the mental battles that they go through. So this is going to test Juju and just, you know, test her. And just we're going to find out how great of a player he is because a lot of times injuries show us how good players are sometimes. I'll say one thing. That's like LeBron. LeBron has never been hurt, had a major injury where he never had to come back from anything like that. So that's part of the reason why he's still playing right now. So that's something that when everybody says, how is LeBron? Like, man, LeBron's never really been hurt. He's never torn anything or anything like that. So that's something to think about on why he's been able to play as long as he has. So with women, that's another thing too about them. I just seen on the All the Smoke podcast, Cheryl Miller was just recently on there, and I just found this out about her. Cheryl Miller, another University of Southern Cal great. When the WNBA was formed, I was always wondering why she didn't play. But basically, when she was on All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, she talked about, you know, they asked her about it, and I mean, like I said, I didn't even realize she had some knee injuries also. And basically what she said was that was the reason why she never played in the WNBA. It was because her knees she just couldn't do it anymore. And she was actually still able to play. She was young enough to play. Something that I didn't realize, she said, I don't know if anybody remembers Cynthia Cooper. Cynthia Cooper is a WNBA great. She played for the Houston Comets. They won, I believe, the first 4 WNBA championships, led by Cynthia Cooper. Cynthia Cooper played on the same team as Cheryl Miller in college. They were teammates. Cheryl talked about her on there. She said her and Cynthia they couldn't get along in practice. They didn't like each other, but on the court, you know, they was 2 great players. So, but basically what I didn't realize was Cynthia Cooper is older than Cheryl Miller. And that just I was shocked by that. I didn't know that. That was something I didn't realize. I'm like, man, Cheryl Miller could have, you know, she could have been a WNBA player. We could have been talking about her, but we really don't even. All we know her from is the Olympics and playing in college. We didn't never get to see her play against any pros or anything like that. But she was, you know, Some people say she's the greatest women's basketball player of all time, and she never really got to play professional. So that's something to say about her. And she gives a lot. She was giving a lot of respect to all the ladies that's doing it right now. So I thought that was a real good interview. So if y'all have a chance to go check that out, go check out Cheryl Miller's interview. That was a good interview, man. Just giving some background about women's basketball and where it stands right now. Like I said, Juju is like the star of the league right now. So it was kind of sad to see her go down the way she did. I was that was my pick to win a national championship because I thought Juju, she's the best player in college. So I thought she was going to be able to lead her team to the championship this year because she was having a great year. So for her to get hurt like that, it really, like, I kind of lost interest myself. So I can understand how, just the average fan and people who really watching, how they might not really, that let everybody down pretty much. But like I said, just let's give all praise, all our prayers go out to Juju, man. Hope she have a speedy recovery and come back 100%. Keep her mind focused, and we wish her none but the best from RDB 21. We want to see Juju back on the court. I know those injuries, man. Those, like I said, an injury, an illness. I've talked about that before. So, like I said, illness basically ended my son's career in high school. So, I mean, it didn't end his career, but it took it on another path. So, I understand how things like this can mentally, it can change your life. So, this is something that I hope, man, Juju is handling well, and I wish her none but the best. Okay, we're gonna go to high school basketball now. Basically, man, I wanted to highlight, man, I got two Ohio high school girls basketball teams. Now, these two basketball teams I really don't know who to talk about first, because, man, the feats that they did, that both of these ladies did, these are two all-black girls basketball teams with black male coaches. They're both from the Cincinnati area, so that's kind of I know Cincinnati has a lot of bragging rights right now, so I give them a lot of respect. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the four straight. They four-peated. This is their four-peat. Purcell Marian High School girls basketball team. They're, like I said, they're located in Cincinnati, Ohio. They in March just recently. They just defeated Avon Lake easily in the state championship. They won 72-44. This was their fourth straight championship. They're led by their senior guard is D. Alexander. D. Alexander is a McDonald's All-American. She has several school records. She scored over 2,000 and she's scored over 2,200 career points. She has over 1,000 rebounds. She's done some amazing things, man. This team is. I had seen them and seen that they were winning. I didn't really know that they were this dominant, man. But this is like four straight. Like I said, they ain't won 4 titles in their history. They won 4 straight. These seniors, they don't know nothing but championships. That's all they've been winning since they were freshmen. They've been winning, and these girls and that's another thing about this Purcell Marian team. These girls, I seen an interview from their coach. Their coach is Jamar Mosley. I'll speak on him later. But Jamar Mosley, he has spoke about these girls. He talked about how when they all came in, he was like, man, they came in, and these, as freshmen, they had 5 starters as freshmen who won the state championship. 5 girls started as freshmen. So these 5 girls been winning state championships ever since they was freshmen. So I'm like, man, this is I thought that was just an amazing accomplishment. But like I said, Dee Alexander, she's the Gatorade Player of the Year in Ohio. She's a McDonald's All-American. their coach, their coach is Jamar. Their coach was Jamar Mosley, and he's a Cincinnati native. He was a graduate of Northern Kentucky University. Northern Kentucky, if you know about Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky is basically it's Cincinnati. It's right across the bridge. If you know the bridge in Cincinnati, you go across that bridge. That Northern Kentucky University is like right across that bridge. It's pretty much is Cincinnati. But his record, he has over 100 career victories. He accomplished that in his 5th season, which was in 2022. So he has well over 100 wins. Like I said, his team, they have won 4 straight championships. There's one young lady. Let me see. Let me look her up real fast. There's one of their female ladies. She has here she is right here. Here she goes right here. This young lady, Trinity Small. She's a senior, graduating senior. She has 106 career wins in her career. She's never missed a game in her career. So out of all those seniors on her team, she's the one girl on the team. She never missed a game in them 4 years. So she's won 106 career games. That tied the record for the most career wins in Ohio Athletic Association. So she's, like I said, man, they have 3 All-Ohio members. First team All-Ohio is D. Alexander. Samaya Wilkins, she got special mention. And Kiera Miller, she was 3rd team. Like I said, man, these young ladies, man, they accomplished a lot, man, in their 4 years. I'm like, man, when I seen that they had 4 straight championships, I had to honor them, man, and just talk about these young ladies and just give them their respect. And man, that was just a great accomplishment. And I don't think, to me, like I said, going 4 years and winning 4 championships, that's unheard of. And then that's just dominating. They just dominating throughout everything they doing. So that's just, like I said, man, Purcell, Marian, they're graduating their seniors. D. Alexander, I don't think she's committed to go anywhere yet. So, man, I think, hold on, where did she commit? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to look that up. I think she did commit somewhere. I can't remember where she went to. But be on the lookout for D. Alexander. She's gonna be in the McDonald's All-American game. So Purcell, Marian, 2022 to 2025, 4 consecutive state championships. All right, the next group of young ladies, man, I'm gonna talk about, like I said, Cincinnati Winton Woods girls high school basketball team, also in Cincinnati, Ohio. This year they won their first ever state championship in their school's history. What made their season so special, and why I had to talk about them, was they went undefeated throughout the entire season. They didn't lose any games. They were 27-0. They won the state championship, similar to Purcell, Marian. This is what dominant teams do. They go to the state championship and they win by 20. They won by 15. They won 70-55 over White House Anthony Wayne. These young ladies, man, they're led by a senior, Denia Trammell. She was their senior leader. She consistently led the team in scoring and rebounding over the past 3 years. She provided experience and stability to the roster. But they have a freshman guard, Strawberry Blankhamsey. I hope I'm saying her last. I know I'm not saying your name right. Strawberry. It's Strawberry Blankhamsey, I believe. She's a freshman. She's considered as maybe the top freshman in the nation. She's on the state championship team. She helped lead her team to the championship. She averaged 12 points this year. So she was a key contributor throughout the whole season. So she's going to be a name that, remember that name, Strawberry Blankhamsey. By the time her career is all done, we're going to know how to say her last name. I'm sorry, Strawberry, because I know I'm killing it right now, but I'll figure it out by the time they start talking about you. But just like I said about with Purcell Marian, Cincinnati Winton Woods, they're coached by Carlton Gray. I thought this was a good example too of a coach, man, just he just loves coaching. Uh, when I had seen him, I seen a picture of him. He looked familiar to me. I'm like, I know this guy from somewhere. And once I got to see him, I'm like, yeah, I know him. Carlton Gray, he's been a head coach in Winton Woods High School since 2021. He's a Cincinnati native. He's an alumnus of Forest Park High School. He had a distinguished football career as a defensive back at UCLA. He's in the UCLA Athletic Hall of Fame. They inducted him in 2004. He was selected in the second round of the 93 NFL draft. He played professionally for the Seahawks and the Colts. So he had an extensive football career. Before joining Winton Woods, Gray served as an assistant coach for the girls basketball, track, and football at Lakota West High School. So he's been coaching in pretty much all sports: football, basketball, and track. Okay, he had, since taking over the helm at Winton Woods, Gray has led the girls basketball program to an unprecedented success. This year, like I said, they went 27-0, got their first state championship. Like I said, they said in addition to his roles as the head girls basketball team, Gray serves as a defensive coordinator for the Winton Woods varsity football team. His leadership in both programs underscores his dedication to fostering athletic excellence and mentorship within the Winton Woods community. So, man, these teams, man, these young ladies, they being led by, man, some great black men, man, who are dedicated to what they're doing, and it seems like they're putting out quality young ladies, man. They're putting out quality teams. They're competitive, and they're competing at a high level. Like I said, Winton Woods, I want to congratulate them on their undefeated season, and we're going to see what they do next year, and I can't wait to see what Strawberry does. I'm going to be looking out for Strawberry. So that's going to be a name that hopefully we're going to be talking about on RDB 21 here in the future. So look out for Strawberry. And like I said, I just wanted to highlight those young ladies, and just like I said, just show support to women's athletics in everything they do, not just basketball. We got a lot of volleyball is becoming a big women's sport that a lot of young ladies are starting to play. Soccer has always been a women's sport. Support the young black women, man, out here. We don't have we have a few black soccer players out there, but just support the ladies out here. They're doing some exceptional things, and I just wanted to highlight them and just keep encouraging them to keep on doing what they're doing. We see them just like we see the guys. They out here entertaining us, doing stuff that we never seen before. So I appreciate their game, and I got a lot of respect for what they doing. I love girls high school basketball. I've been watching it. I love basketball, period. So I can watch any levels of basketball. I can watch little kids play. So it don't really matter to me about basketball. But people talk about women's basketball all the time, and I really is like, man, if you talking about women's basketball, it's because you don't watch it. So these young ladies can play. I guarantee you, if you get them out there with any guy, any guy, these elite talents, man, they would run circles around dudes. They wouldn't have any problem doing anything that you would see a guy do. I don't know if you I spoke about Keomi McMiller for Rutgers. I'm gonna leave off with that. She just entered in the transfer portal. Keomi the product McMiller from formerly of Rutgers. She just entered the transfer portal. So I talked about her before, man. Look out for her. If you want to see Kyrie Irving, you think Kyrie got handles, and man, these girls can do the same stuff, and some of them doing it better than guys. Like I told you, look up Olivia Miles. Keomi McMiller, the product. Olivia Miles. These girls is handling the rock. Pay attention. Be on the lookout for D. Miller, man. Make sure the McDonald's All-American game is coming up here probably in about a month or so. I believe in April. So I'm going to be looking out for D. Miller. She representing Ohio out there, man. So let's show her some support. It's RDB 21. We'll see you when I get there. 1.